Woof. Woof, 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 woof. Yep. Forgot to put my lights on, guys. There we go. Is that a little better? Can y'all see me now? Oh, man. Friday night, guys. Friday night. December 7th, 2018. A date that will not live in infamy, but nonetheless, just wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to all of our military folks serving now and in the past. And December 7th, the day Japanese hit Pearl Harbor. Kind of a rough day for America, kind of like 9/11. And so I just wanted to take a moment and remember how so many gave so much in such a short period of time. So many gave the ultimate sacrifice. Anyhow, you know, all in the name of wars and trying to protect ourselves. Anyhow, just want to take a moment, give everybody pause to think about December 7th, 1941. The day the Japanese invaded Pearl Harbor and sank a good number of our ships, killed many, many of our sailors. Kind of a rough day, but with that said, take a moment, think about it. That's all I can ask you to do. Let's not forget, just like 9/11, let's not forget. But life goes on. And in the sailing traditions, we're still here. We're still on boats, and we're still defending our country as best some people are. I'm certainly not doing much to defend the country. I'm an old codger at this point, but by God, if it came down to it, I'd grab my gun and get right alongside the next guy. So I'd have no problem doing that. So hey, Don, how you doing, man? Jello, wow. Haven't seen a Jello comment in a while. Cool. You old codger, you. I am. I'm an old curmudgeonly codger. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and today I've been playing with Flambeau, the makers of such nice things as these little tackle boxes. And I've been playing with crabs. I have crabs, guys. Yes, I know. A lot of you guys think it's funny. Ha ha ha, he's got crabs. But seriously, I have crabs. This is a little crab imitation fly. We have a number of different crab imitation flies. We have that one. We have this style little fuzzy crab doohickey. We have these guys, which are kind of fun. Little crab flies. And we have this little furry dude here, little crab flies. And we also have some shrimpy flies. They of course all get tangled up, but we have some little shrimpy looking flies. This looks like a shrimp in the water. So obviously what I'm getting at and getting towards is we're going to be going fishing here pretty soon. We're going to be going fishing here pretty soon, and we're going to catch some fishes and do a catch, clean, and cook. Here's another little doohickey. You can see what he looks like there. A little fly. So we've been playing with our flies all day today. Now, we've been playing with our flies, getting ready to go fishing, trying to check inventory, see what all we have, and make sure we have all the right necessary things. Kind of excited about getting the sailboat out. The dinghy out and setting it up for some fishing. I also have some really cool looking flies like this dude. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen anything like that. It's got a wire leader, but it's supposed to imitate a ballyhoo. This looks like a ballyhoo going through the water, or a needlefish. Quite a common bait fish to be found here in this area. And, you know, then we have all kinds of little funky looking doohickers like that and different things. So anyhow, I've been playing with the fly fishing gear, getting it all organized and together. I have my my 10 weight rod. You can see it laying up here crosswise in the mess. It uses a 10 weight fly reel set up for salt water. Nice little fine leader on that thing. Really fine leader. Almost a little too fine of a leader, but for 10 weight, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be a good place to start. So yeah, we're getting the fly rod out. We've got the spinning rod out. We're getting the sailboat, we're getting the dinghy organized, because there he is, my buddy Andy. All whole shot 193, the wrench-o-matic dude himself. Oh, Andy donated money and said, hey, you need to go get your driver's license so you can become a resident and you can go fishing. Well, guess what? I am a Floridian. I am a Floridian. I was going to make that the name of this live stream tonight, but I thought having crabs just seemed like it was more fun. So I've got crabs. The crabs, the flies, obviously fly fishing for some of the shallower species, bonefish, permit, that kind of stuff. Not great eating fish, but good sports fish nonetheless. I do have a series of flies ready to go for tarpon. Again, not a good eating fish. But I also have some flies organized and ready to go for some mahi-mahi, some snappers. Those crabs and shrimp are also something that the snappers would like. And so I'm going to have a little fun up along the edge of the mangroves trying to catch some snappers. So I got the driver's license today, making me official. I am officially a Floridian. Here's my Florida driver's license. I'm officially a Floridian now. And no offense to my fellow Floridians, you know, but anybody who lives someplace where you're about to die half the year because of hurricanes at any moment, you know, well, anyhow, it is what it is. So we're getting ready, we're getting organized to go fishing. Now, I got a driver's license today. They told me I have to wait 24 hours before I can get online and be considered a resident. I tried getting on the FWC this evening to check it out. Entered my license information, my document information, and sure enough, it still shows me as a non-resident. So hopefully tomorrow, the FWC's website will show me as a resident, and then we can go do some fishing. Kind of looking forward to that. I was going to fly the drone today. I did not fly the drone today. It was a little too windy. And I didn't have my iPad charged up. My iPad, which I'm using right now to film this live stream. And I need it really charged up in order to be able to do that. So I'm going to charge it up tonight. Hopefully tomorrow morning the wind will have laid down a little bit, and maybe we can do a flight in the morning with the drone. That would be cool. So looking forward to catching Plum. Andy, I'm working towards it, buddy. I am working towards it. Plum scary. Yeah, bugs. Bugs. Say, Marie. Yeah, let's catch some fish. Congratulations, Carl. Thanks, Andy. Thank you, Marie. Appreciate it. So, anyhow, so that was my morning this morning. Took Miss Lily for a nice long walk this morning. We went ashore, kind of a non-event. Nothing really dramatic happened. Brought her back to the boat, dropped her off, got her secured. Went ashore myself. Went over to the driver's license bureau. Fishing and catching will be some until your. Will be some unlit your content. Fishing and catching will be some unlit your content. I'm not sure what that is, Johnny Hag. Okay, you deleted that. You typed it wrong, I guess. Okay. Will be some. It'll be good content. It'll be good content. We'll have some of that up here pretty soon. So anyhow, this morning, actually, I filmed while Lily and I were coming back from the marina. I filmed a Good Morning World video. And I forgot to upload it. I filmed it and I forgot to upload it. So I just uploaded that a little bit ago. So be sure to look back. There's a Good Morning World video this morning that I forgot to post earlier. So I went ahead and just did it now. And I took down my video from me over at the pig, just to not confuse things. So, had a nice breakfast this morning over at the, I keep forgetting what's the name of this pig. It's a little breakfast spot. Anyhow, there's this great little breakfast spot right across the street called the Something Pig. I don't remember what the first name is. Something Pig. Anyhow, had a nice cheese omelet, some sausage, hash browns. And in that video, I commented that there seems to be some folks that, the stuffed pig. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that. There you go, the stuffed pig. There are some folks that seem to have issue with the fact that, one, I can drink beer, and two, that I go out and eat, and oh my gosh, how dare I go out and eat. But, you know, the reality of it is, kids, is that some of my supporters donate money specifically to, they say, hey, Grandpa, let me buy you a beer. Go out and have a beer on me. Well, if someone's going to go out and tells me to go out and have a beer on me, I'm going to go out and have a beer on them. So sorry about that, kids, but that's probably what I'm going to do. And if somebody puts a donation in and says, hey, go out and have a decent meal on me, I want to treat you to a decent meal, I'm going to go out and have a decent meal. So some trolls had complained about that. I had commented, you know, on my video this morning. And then sure enough, other viewers came back and donated more money, saying, hey, you know, this is for, in fact, I had a guy today donated money for bait and beer. He donated money for bait and beer. So I've got money to buy bait and buy some beer for my fishing trip, hopefully tomorrow, if they have me updated on the website so far. I gotta see what that is, but I just thought it was funny. You know, you get these people that just want to complain, and they were actually impersonating, I believe they were impersonating one of the other bigger supporters of the channel, which, you know, whatever. So, but anyhow, we had a good morning. Went and got driver's license, had some breakfast. Yeah, Andy, just like Andy said, Andy donated money for me to go get my driver's license. Well, there's my driver's license, you know. And he said, go become a resident. Well, there it is. There's my driver's license. Now I can get a resident fishing license. So, the driver's license ended up being expensive. It was $47, but what they don't tell you is there's $6.25 service fee. So it ended up being, you know, 50-some bucks to go do it, which is fine, you know, which is fine. But had a fun time. Pleasant ladies over at the licensing place. I did not have to take a test. I did have to read the lines, you know, on there to you know, read line 5 or whatever. So I did that. I forgot, and I left my glasses on when I did it, and so I now have the eyeglass requirement on my driver's license, which is fine. I wear my glasses all the time anyway, which is fine. But I didn't have to take a driver's test. They checked my documents, and they did a search on my old license to see if I had any tickets or felonies or anything like that. Of course, you know, they run you and make sure everything's good, and everything came back clear. In fact, it was sort of interesting. I've not seen this before on a driver's license. There was a couple sort of interesting things. One was this picture here, there's two pictures, this picture and this picture. This picture here is see-through. See, you can see through it, and which I thought was kind of cool. I'd never seen that before. And then it also says it says right on my license right here, it says safe driver. So I guess they checked my driving record and I came back clean, and so I get a little designation on here saying safe driver. So, and of course it's got holograms and all kinds of stuff. You can't see it very well on here, but there's actually a third picture of me right in there that if you hold the card up and you sort of tilt it at an angle, you can see a hologram pop up of a picture of me as well. So there's actually 3 photographs of me on my driver's license. I guess they know who I am. Anyhow, so we got the driver's license done. Tomorrow I'll be able to get the fishing license. I'm just going to go ahead and get the regular resident fishing license. I'm not going to do the big sportsman thing. I was kind of hoping to do that, but don't have the resources for that. The resident fishing license is very inexpensive. In fact, I think, I have to verify this, I think fishing from a boat as a resident, I don't even need a fishing license. I think I only need a fishing license if I'm fishing from shore. Or maybe I have that reversed. I don't know. There was some weird thing in regards to that that I noticed. So I'll have to go back and reread that and see what's going on. So, okay, what did I miss in the chat? Let's catch some fish. Okay, howdy, hey, Ruthless Ronnie, how you doing? Quality. There you go, Johnny Hag. I hope you won't use alcohol to kill fish. That's inhumane. Use a fish whacker or pith them like the Aussies do. Pith them? Pith, P-I-T-H, pith them? I don't know what pithing means, Martin. Yep, Bernard Stuff Pig. Yep, no beer, no eat for you. I guess not, Don. Yeah, I'm not allowed to eat or drink anything, so. Yeah, probably non-drinkers. No, just troll idiots that don't like to see me have fun, so. Oh, Don, I know I don't have to explain myself. I just like doing it anyway, so. Requesting where the money goes and following the request. That's right, Andy. That's absolutely correct. If people want me to use the money for a specific thing, just and people do. Like a guy earlier today donated and said he wants the money used for beer and bait. So I'm going to use the money for beer and bait. He contributed to the beer and bait fund. So there's nothing wrong with that. So should you be showing your license? Oh, Martin, I don't care. Let the troll idiots have all the fun they want. Marie, is your address the marina? My address is partially the marina. So, what are the limitations on the fishing license? School of Science. I have to get a copy of the regulations and do that yet. I have not done that yet. I have to. Pithing is jabbing the brain with a knife. Oh yeah, okay. Stabbing them, we call that in America. We stab them. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. A lot of the fish, depending on the fish you catch, some of them it's really a good idea to bleed them out. One of the common ways of doing that is to gill them, to remove their rakers from their gills. That lets the fish bleed out. Getting the blood out of the meat actually improves the palatability of the meat substantially. So that's what I tend to do. I tend to remove the gills, take a knife and just pop them out, and the fish bleed out pretty quickly that way. So, no, I'm really surprised this evening that the DOG is not B-A-R-K-I-N-G a lot. Because I have to spell it like she's a little child, right? Because the neighbors are out on their boat, and I can hear them talking. The generator's off. I can hear people on the neighboring boat talking. And the DOG is out cold, fast asleep here on the bench next to me, and not barking at anybody. So I find that a little funny after all the barking that we dealt with yesterday, and the barking I had to deal with earlier today. So, but she had a busy day. She had a lot of fun on the dock today, running around, and there's a lady that's got a couple small dogs that bark at Lily all the time, and Miss Lily doesn't like them. There was a fellow with a German Shepherd today that we met, and the German Shepherd didn't care too much for Miss Lily. So, but yeah, she's settling into the boat life here, guys. So, oh gosh, okay. Hey, Coyote, what's up, man? She must be getting used to it. Yeah, she is. Yep, salmon, lingcod. Whacked halibut grilled. Yeah, Martin, all good fish. We don't have any of them here in South Florida. No salmon, no lingcod, and no halibut. In fact, if I'm able to go fishing tomorrow, it depends on whether they get my license stuff done. If I'm able to go fishing tomorrow, snapper will be the target species. Snappers. They're really good eating fish here. So I'm really kind of digging on a blackened snapper fish sandwich. So that would be really good. So YouTube does not allow catch and prepare. Is that true? They do, Wood Beast. You are allowed to do catch, clean, and cook. You just can't show any of the blood, gore, and guts. So I can't gut the fish on YouTube because, you know, all the snowflakes on YouTube, that's too real for people. People nowadays, you know, they don't want to see the animal actually get killed or the fish get killed. So we can't show that part of it. But we can show me out fishing and we can show me cooking it afterwards. We just can't show the blood, gore, and guts. So we're watching you on the TV again. Wife is happy now, but I really don't like that censoring show, Frank. Well, Troll Sniper, I'm sorry about that, but Frank's a good friend and he does a good job. So Florida is the #1 state. People are moving to. Texas is #2. Ah, well, there you go, Marie. I didn't know that. So making you hungry. Yep, mangrove snappers. Yep, that would be ideal, Johnny Hag. Mangrove snappers. Watching Carl on laptop and Lady KLS on phone. Oh, there you go. There you go. Deer Meat for Dinner does it all the time, and he's not demonetized. Yeah, what he does, Andy, he actually demonetizes the particular video where he's showing that, and he does a disclaimer ahead of time. That's the way Deer Meat for Dinner does that and gets around that, and I might be able to do the same thing. I got to shoot the video, edit it, put it together, and then I'll figure out the best way to show that. But you know, the reality of it is, do you really need to see the blood, gore, and guts? I mean, I think at this point, pretty much everybody knows how to fillet a fish. Everybody knows how to scale a fish. Everybody knows how to gut a fish. You know, pretty simple kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll try to show that as best we can in a humane fashion. But you know the way my channel is. With all my troll idiots, no matter what I do, they're going to jump up and down, yell and scream and complain about it. So, because you know they got nothing better to do in their life. So, lots of YouTubers show filleting the fish. It's not bloody at all. No, no. If the fish is bled out, it won't be bloody at all. No. Put it up on your old channel. This is my old channel, Martin. This is the original channel. We're back to the original channel now. So, striper and flounder are great to catch and cook. Yep. Yeah, not a lot of striped bass down here. Some flounder, not a lot of flounder down here either. Some, but not a lot. Just depends on where you go. But snapper will be the order of the day. That's what that will be my target species, is to get some nice snappers. So the mangrove snappers, the groupers, that's all in the same snapper grouper family. Anything in that category would be really good. But you've got to really know your fish. There are some fish here that look just like other fish here that, you know, you can take. You know, like you can't take Goliath grouper, but they color-wise look very much like some other groupers that we have here that you can take. So if it's a small grouper colored that way, then it's not a mangrove or not a Goliath grouper. And so, yeah, you can take them. But they got a whole bunch of rules. I got to get a copy of the rules and make sure I understand them before I go fishing. I will be doing that. So, Troll Sniper, I hope to be, if all goes well, I will be filming a fishing video, or part of a fishing video anyway, tomorrow. I will start filming tomorrow. So, in essence, you know, I'm kind of starting to film it now. I mean, you know, I'm talking about the baits and fly reels and fishing gear and equipment. So, I mean, in essence, this is sort of a preparation to fishing live stream, if you will. So, so we will see. We'll go from there. So, can you catch shrimp, lobsters? Yes, 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 and yes. It depends on the time of year, though, Marie. There is a shrimping season. There is a lobster season as to when I can and cannot take those. I don't know the exact dates on those yet. I will by tomorrow. Tomorrow I will know. That's going to be my big chore tomorrow, is getting myself prepared so that I know exactly what I can and can't do. So Florida has lots and lots of rules. So, are Goliath grouper edible? Yes, they are, Martin. But you have a really big chance of catching ciguatera eating a lot of the large reef fish. Goliath grouper are one of the large reef fish. They eat a lot of the smaller reef fish, and as a result of that, they get a buildup of ciguatera in their system, and so you got to be kind of careful eating some of the larger reef fish. Like the snappers usually are okay. The groupers are okay as long as you catch smaller groupers. You don't want to catch a really big grouper. The bigger they are, the better your chances of getting ciguatera. And having had that before in the past, and it does reoccur on you, sometimes for years, it's not a pleasant experience. You don't want to mess with that. So anyhow, so that's what we're going to try to be working on tomorrow. I was hoping to fly the drone, as I said earlier today. Doesn't look like that's going to work for me for a couple of days. We've got high winds coming through almost every day this week. We've got pretty high winds coming through. So it may be Thursday or Friday of this week before the winds will lay down enough that I would be comfortable trying to take off and land the drone from the deck of the sailboat. It's precarious because of all the rigging up, the boom, the mast, the cables that hold everything up, you know, your stays and stuff. So that there's a lot of stuff in the way that can damage the drone and knock it into the sea, which would end it. And so I err on the side of being cautious. But if the wind will drop down enough, you know, get into that 5, 6, 7 mile an hour speeds, I'll have a greater confidence of being able to take off and land from the deck. The other problem with my DJI drone is as it's flying in, it has eyeballs on the front of it that recognize things in its way. So it'll only come so close to an object and won't come any closer. So as an example, if I am standing on my sailboat with the boom right behind me, and I'm trying to bring the drone in close enough where I can reach out and grab it to recover it, I have found in the past that it will not come in close enough for me to grab because it perceives me or perceives the boom behind me as something it's not supposed to fly into, and so it won't come close enough so I can't grab it. What I have learned, however, is if I turn the drone, in other words, as the drone's coming in, if I turn the drone 180 degrees, I can back it into me and grab it that way by having it come in backwards. So, you know, a little bit of piloting error, piloting issues there and getting that to work, but I'm waiting for good weather to do that. So that's what's going on with the DJI Phantom 4 drone video. And the fishing video is all about me being able to get my license tomorrow. Had to get the driver's license today. I have to wait 24 hours and I can get the fishing license hopefully tomorrow. So what am I missing here in the chat? Let's see. Woody was deleted. Okay. Is it coyote season here? If you are cute, it's always coyote season around here. There you go, coyote. How big a fish can you land with those fly rods? I get a lot to straighten out hooks. Yeah, Martin, the rod that I'm going to be using is a 10-weight fly rod, but I'm also taking my spinning rod too. But you know, the fly rod is a finesse type fishing. It's not just to set the hook and crank them in type fishing. The fly rod is a finesse type fishing where you wear the fish out and you bring them in. You're usually using very, very light, thin tippet material. See if I can find some on my reel here to show you. Come on, where are you? Actually, I don't even know if it'll show up in the... Where is it? I don't know if it'll even show up in the camera. You have your fly line, which is this yellow stuff. You can see the yellow stuff. And then tied to the end of the yellow stuff, we have something that we call tippet material. And I just wound it all up on here a little bit ago, and I think I wound it up so well. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. I don't know if you can see that hair. Whoop. Yep. You see that very, very fine hair? That is the tippet material. And so this goes down to, on this particular tippet, probably down to about an 8-pound test fishing line. Maybe 6-pound test fishing line. So it's pretty small stuff. So you're not going to be able to just, you know, crank a fish in. So what you do is you use your fly rod and you finesse the fish and you wear them out and you bring them in. This is set up for smaller fish. This is not something I would use for like big tarpon or even a big snapper. You know, this is going to be for like a bonefish or a permit or something. You know, something that we expect to be in a couple of 3-pound range. Nothing larger than that. The spinning rod, however, I'm going to set that up to catch much larger. It's got 20-pound monofilament on it, so I could easily catch a 20, 30-pound fish with that. So, plus I have a net on the boat, and so what you do is you bring the boat up the fish up alongside the boat, then you net it to bring it in. So, and a cast net. So yeah, Johnny Hag, I would love to have a cast net. I would. That would pay for itself in my ability to get bait. More importantly, though, as Marie brought up earlier, I can go shrimping. And I've got a very large net, but I don't have the right mesh net material on that net. I got the big hoop, but I need to get some smaller, you know, almost like, you know, stockings, nylon, ladies' nylon type material for shrimping. And with shrimping, during shrimp season, I'm allowed to fill a 5-gallon bucket with shrimp. And those are really the go-to bait that a lot of people use here. They use shrimp as the go-to bait, live shrimp, as the go-to bait here. So, yeah, if I could get a shrimp net for my net handle, then I could use that and net some shrimp. That would make the best bet. So. But yeah, a cast net would be good for some pilchers or some ballyhoo or for those kind of baits. So, fly the drone from shore. Yeah, Palm but I will probably be doing that as well. So, I thought fly fishing was for fast flowing rivers. It is. It is. I kind of perfected my fly fishing upstate New York on the Beaver Kill and Batten Kill. I living in Montana for a decade. I fished all the spring creeks and all the big rivers in Montana, you know, the Yellowstone and all them. And so that's what it's for. But fly fishing also has tremendous application for backcountry fly fishing in the flat areas for bonefish and permit, tarpon. And it also can be used in the Sargasso seed weed areas for, you know, triple tail snappers and even mahi-mahi. And there are people that will troll teasers up to get marlin and sailfish, specifically more sailfish, to come up close, and then they'll pitch back a bait, a fly back on the sailfish, and then hook the sailfish up, and then fight the sailfish with a fly rod. So it just depends on where you're fishing and what you're fishing with. So. Live shrimp is an awesome bait. Yes, it is. That's the #1 bait that people use down here. So, hey, Frank, how you doing, man? Enjoying pizza with your grandson. Well, hey, man. Okay. All right, everyone's saying hello to everybody. So, anyhow. So, that's all the news that is news across the nation, I guess, here. That's what we did today. We went and got our driver's license. Very pleasant time. The ladies there were nice. Had a good time with them. Flirted a little bit with the ladies, which was fun. They're both married, but you know, it's just you flirt anyway. Went over to Stuffed Pig, had a very nice breakfast. Walked back over here to the boat, sort of uneventful. Other than that, walked the dog this morning. Hung out here on the boat, cleaned up stuff, got my fishing gear organized, pulled out, cleaned up. Did a lot of cleaning on the boat today. I specifically cleaned fans. Got all the dog hair and dust and dirt off of my fans on the boat. My big box fan that I keep in the companionway was really getting plugged up with Lily's dog hair. So it took me, I mean, I actually had to, Oh, I see what's going on here. Hold on. I am plugged in, but I don't have the generator going, so it's not doing anything being plugged in right now. Not doing anything. So my battery is low. Here I thought I was charging my battery. I'm not. I'm actually taking my battery down doing this live stream. So hold on a minute, guys. Got to do a little tech adjustment here. All right. Now we have good battery on the laptop. So, and the cell phone. What's going on the cell phone? Anything going on over there? Nothing going on over there. Okay, cool. So, what else went on today? It's about it. It's about it. Had a great conversation today with the executive director of our multiple listing service here, old Wayne. You know, Wayne and I had an opportunity to catch up a little bit at the ethics training I did the other day with them, which was a real pleasant experience. But anyhow, Wayne called me up today and was telling me that because you know I was my membership and stuff. And so what they do is they sent me a bill, $780 for the year. And I asked them, I said, well, can I just make my MLS payments? Can I make those on a monthly basis? Or, you know, do I have to pay the $480 for that all up front? And he was like, no, I can make payments on them. So that means that $780 is now like $330 that I have to pay up front, plus $50 for the MLS for the first month, and then it's $50 a month after that for the MLS. So that was a big relief for me that I don't have to pay that $480 immediately. I only have to pay $50 of that $480 immediately. And so that gave me a bit of a big break. So touching base on those things, I have a few major expenses coming up. One is I have to pay my MLS bill and get my licensing structure set up for the next year. That's going to be about $400 total. I've got to pay for my mooring ball, $324. And this month I have a $311 cell phone bill that I have to take care of. And then, of course, I'm trying to put money together for a vehicle. So I have a lot of things I'm trying to put money together for. I have enough money for basically 1.5 of those things, or half of the stuff that I need to do. But we're going to have to do some other kind of fundraiser later on this month to help me earn the balance of that. So we'll have to go from there. So, but MLS is something you pay every month. It's like your phone bill. It keeps coming back month after month after month after month. So, yep, $50 a month every month, forever, ever and ever. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background. Lots of dogs barking. And now Miss Lily has woke up and she's grumbling too. Quiet. No, quiet. Just because those dogs are being stupid and barking doesn't mean you have to be stupid and bark. Okay? Please be good. Good girl. Good dog. Good dog. She's giving me a look like I'm an idiot. She's like, you idiot, they're barking out there. I should be barking at them too. Oh, well. And what's funny is I don't know why they're barking. I don't hear a dinghy going by, so I don't know what they're barking at. So, anyhow, what else did I miss here in the chat? Hey, Frank, Carl is officially a Floridian. Yes, I am. I am officially a Floridian. And Frank knows that already, Marie. Frank and I talked on the phone earlier today. What did a Florida license cost? Just curious. It was like $55.30. If I remember correctly, it was $55.30 total. $6.25 of that was the service fee, and the rest of it was the licensing cost to get to turn in my Alaska driver's license and get a Florida driver's license. So I smell the cleaner. Okay. I know I congratulate. Yep, you did. Okay. Thought you already paid. Yep, already paid for the MLS. Always got to keep paying and keep paying. So, what they're there for a bartender, they make pretty good coin with tips. But, you know, there's all kinds of things that would be great for me to do if I had some way of taking care of my dog while I was doing that, or if I had a vehicle to get around. There's all kinds of things. But you know what? I have a YouTube channel, and so I make content for my YouTube channel. If you guys have noticed recently, I've been substantially increasing the productivity of my YouTube channel. So that's what we're going to end up doing. So Yep, and so for all the troll idiots out there, yes, I have a job. I work my job every day. In fact, I am right now working. This is what I do for a living, guys. I am here doing my YouTube channel. If you guys don't like it, you don't have to contribute. That's fine. I still put content out. Other people appreciate it, and they support what I'm doing. It's all good. So, in fact, I had a few people donate today, so that was awesome. I appreciate that, guys. So for those of you guys that have contributed, I really appreciate it. For the rest of you guys that always want to piss and moan and tell me I need a job, I have a job. This is my job. This is what I do. Get over it. I'm a YouTuber. I'm also a realtor. Realtor will replace YouTubing, but right now I'm a YouTuber. I have looked for other opportunities for ways of making some money here, driving a taxi, Uber, working for the veterinary's office. A lot of things I've looked at. Nothing has panned out so far, guys. What have I been here? A week? Come on. Get over yourselves. Hey, Sharon Ann. Just a thought. Yep, no problem. No problem. Anyhow, guys, so that's kind of where we were at today. And I was really busy, organized, doing stuff, cleaning up the boat and getting stuff done. And then all of a sudden this afternoon, some friends came by and said hello. And we're like, it's Friday. It's Friday. It's the party day. It's the week is over and everyone's taking the weekend off. It's Friday night. So I thought, well, you know what? It's Friday night. So I cracked open a cold beer. And I introduced myself to my buddy Jose. I was actually going to make margaritas today. I have some margarita mix that someone dropped off. I was going to make some margaritas today, but I went to go make ice with the ice maker, and the water in there looked a little scuzzy. So I dumped the water out, filled it with fresh water, added a little vinegar, a little white vinegar into the water. That's how they recommend cleaning the thing. And so I had it earlier today going through making ice with the vinegar water, getting everything cleaned up inside, and it was mostly done until I shut the generator off. Now it's just empty sitting over there. So I have to dry it out, wipe it out, clean it out, put fresh water in, and then maybe tomorrow I can make some margaritas. So for tonight, we're just doing shot skis, guys. So to all my friends and family and supporters out there, all you guys who have been so helpful to me along the way, buying bait and beer and driver's licenses and breakfasts and all the support that I've had along the way for the last 7 months. I want to say cheers to you guys. I really do appreciate it. We will continue. We're going to start kicking the video production content in high gear right now. So you'll see a lot of new videos coming out here pretty quickly. So anyhow, this shot's for you guys, my friends. Jose Cuervo, he is a friend of mine. Remember that song? That was a good song, man. Thank you, Frank. Yep, there's my PayPal up there if anybody wants to contribute to the adventure. Yes, I did. Well, I don't know if I got all of it out, Frank. I think there's some in the feed tube that runs from the water reservoir up to the ice maker compartment. I can't seem to figure out any way of emptying that line, although maybe it drains back. I don't know. I don't know if there's any water in there or not. I unplugged the ice maker and literally turned it upside down and shook it, trying to get all the liquid out of it. It seems to be dry, so took towels, wiped it out, put fresh water in. We'll see. So, anyhow, the smell. It does smell of vinegar. It really does smell of vinegar, though. And so what I may have to do is I may have to run a batch of fresh water and just make like a few bunches of ice and just dump that ice to get that vinegar smell out. That may be a prudent thing to do. I don't know. I'll have to see. Let's see. I've been watching you for a month. Don't take this the wrong way, but why do you feel it's the people's responsibility to pay you? Okay, Sharon Ann, I do not feel it's the people's responsibility to pay my bills. I don't. I don't feel it's anybody's responsibility to pay my bills. It's my responsibility to pay my bills. But with that said, I am generating content. There is 89 people right now who are let's face it, 89, 100 people every night consuming my content every night. You're not going to a movie theater. You're not going out to the bar. You're not, you know, paying for a movie on Dish. You're not spending $8 to you know, watch something online. You know, you're here on my channel and you're consuming content. I don't feel the least bit bothered by saying, hey, if you're on my channel and you're consuming my content on a regular basis, there's nothing wrong with you kicking in a few pennies to help support what I'm doing. All the other channels in the selling genre do the same thing and are dramatically compensated way, I mean, a bazillion times more than anything that I've seen earnings-wise. So maybe I'm a bit more vocal. Maybe I ask more. I do that because I need. You know, I'm living extremely frugally, guys. I mean, I'm spending I'll bet you there's probably not 10 of you out there that are watching my channel that are living on a smaller budget than I am. So I don't feel anybody has an obligation to donate to me, but if you're watching my, I mean, just like you've been watching my channel, you're getting on here to participate in the chat, you're doing all this for free. So yeah, kick in a few bucks, you know, hit the PayPal up and donate a little bit. Support the adventure, because let's face it, if people weren't supporting the adventure, I wouldn't be here. I mean, that's the reality of it. If people weren't jumping on and kicking some funds in from time to time for me to continue doing this, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have this to watch, and you know, you'd have to go watch something else. So, but you're here because you enjoy what I'm doing. So, I don't think it's out of line for me to ask you to kick in a few bucks to help out. So, hope that helps you understand. And he says, I'll have a shot, but it'll be Hey, that's all right, man. Have some Jack Daniels. That's great. Lemon juice, at least. I don't like doing that. You know, that whole salt lemon thing with tequila, nah, it just ruins the taste, man. This is good Jose Cuervo. It's good tasting tequila. I like it just the way it is. Just like a coffee maker, run water through it. Yep, exactly, Marie. Well, except with the ice maker, Marie, it has to run the water through itself. You just pour the water into the reservoir and it pumps itself through. So, and it does it very, very slowly. It's not a fast process. So it'll take a couple batches of making ice and dumping it to get the smell out of there. So, yeah, Sharon, I didn't vote you off. So, I know a lot of people are fed up with people asking questions like that, but you know, it happens every day. So. Okay, don't vote. Yeah, I'm not voting anybody off, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay, I have a Missouri whiskey. Well, there you go, Marie, a little Missouri whiskey. Yeah, I do think it's kind of interesting how all of these, you know, they're microbrews. Microbrews were popping up all over. In the last, you know, 20 years, microbrews, these little small beer breweries have been popping up all over the place. Well, it seems like in the last 5 or 6, 8 years or so, all of a sudden little micro distilleries are popping up all over the place, which I think is a great thing. So I'm glad to see that happening. But yep. So yep. Sorry, moderators, I got them before you guys did. Ha 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 ha. I was quick on the draw. So yeah, I'm glad to see all these little micro distilleries popping up. I wouldn't mind trying that not on this boat. No room for it on this boat. But if I had a larger boat, I like Delos, SV Delos, they do some distilling on their boat. They make some of their own hooch. I don't know. I'm not a big alcohol drinker. I mean, beer, yes, but not, you know, tequila, rum, and all that. I don't usually drink a lot of that kind of stuff. I mean, especially when it's free, and I had a whole bunch of it, I did, obviously, but as a general rule, I don't go out and buy a bottle of rum or a bottle of tequila, a bottle of gin. You know, I don't do that. Maybe on a rare occasion, maybe for some festive reason, you know, the holidays or what have you, I might, but as a general rule, no, I don't do that. So, but we'll see. Questioning funding happens way too many times. That's right. People questioning the funding happens way too many times. That's absolutely correct. Sharon and I suggested he get a job as a bartender, but he has a dog. Like all dog owners, can't work. Well, Bud, if I have a dog on my sailboat, and if you knew the history and background, you would know that some of the troll idiots out there have already threatened to turn me into the Humane Society for leaving the dog on my boat or what have you. So I have to be very careful with how I address that. But frankly, since you never donated or contributed to my channel, it's frankly none of your damn business, to be honest with you. So if you were someone who was contributing and donating, then you would have a legitimate reason to make a comment. But you don't donate, so you don't have a right. It's just like, if you don't vote people, you can't complain about who was elected. It's the same situation here. So, okay. Yep, Sharon Ann, same thing here. Food is usually my biggest expense as well, except for right now, trying to get my other stuff going. So, Carl Walters makes his own. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's possible to be done on a sailboat. Of course, Carl Walters and Delos both have a significantly bigger sailboat than I do. Significantly bigger sailboat. So, I mean, me and Miss Lily do not have much room on this boat. In fact, I was kind of thinking, looking at buying a vehicle, I'd really like to get something like a SUV or something spacious so I can get a bunch of the crap off this boat and have room on the boat and put it into a vehicle. I can store it in the back of the truck or whatever. So, I don't know. We'll see. Boy, that tequila gave me a bit of dry mouth. Wow. Anyhow. So that's kind of where we're at, kids. We had a good day today getting a driver's license. We're gonna hopefully get the fishing license organized tomorrow. As soon as the wind lays down, we'll be doing a drone video. If we can get the fishing license tomorrow, we'll be doing a fishing video coming up pretty quick. Kind of excited about that. I'm looking forward to that. Really, I am. I'd like to just kick back and relax and get some fishing done. We all know the old story about what is fishing. It's a jerk on one end of the line waiting for a jerk on the other. But saltwater fishing tends to be a bit more proactive than that. We're not just floating a bobber and wait for a fish to come along. So, hey Jared, what's up? Sell some stuff and get a motorbike. Yeah, I can't do a motorbike with the dog either. I thought about getting a scooter or a motorbike or something. I can't do that with the dog. I need to have a vehicle so she can ride inside with me. So, and yes, Marie, I did hear about that their daughter had a child. So, I did register to vote, Smoking. Yes, like I said, I am a registered card-carrying driver's license Floridian at this point. I am registered to vote. Although I had to laugh. I didn't want to owe up to any particular party. When you register to vote, they wanted to register me one way or the other. Am I Republican? Am I Democrat? Am I Independent? Am I this? Am I that? Whatever. And they had like 15,000 categories of different parties that I could be a member of. And I told them that, I honestly told them I didn't want them to register me under any party because I didn't want that party hitting me up for donations and all that kind of crap all the time. And the caution she gave me, which was probably very good sage advice, was that was an error. If I had listed myself as a true independent and not a member of the Independent Party, which is a party like the Republicans and Democrats, but as an independent where I'm not claiming any party, she said the problem with doing that is that then they all go after you and try to get you. So people that have said they don't want to name a party because they're afraid of getting hammered by so many, they don't want to get hammered by everybody, they get actually more of the parties hitting them up for join our party, do this, do that, because they're in play, see? So she actually suggested if you don't want to get a whole lot of crap sent to you, then pick one party and just deal with that one party sending you crap and not the rest of them. And so I thought that was pretty sage advice coming from her. And so I did register as just under one party. I'm not going to say what party it was because I don't want to get involved with politics here on the thing. But yes, I am registered to vote now here in Florida. And so I will be looking closely at whatever comes up during the next election, and we'll try to do as good a job as I can as an American, as a Floridian, to support my country and my state, my new state of Florida. So, cool beans. Yeah, I appreciate that. So, okay, let's see. I asked because I'm doing the same thing as you. Just never crossed my mind to go online and ask for money. When I learn low, I will stop and work. Yeah, well, that's fine with you, Sharon Ann. Do whatever you want to do. I can tell you, though, that it takes years to build up a YouTube channel. You're not just going to jump online and boom, all of a sudden you've got 3,000 subscribers and you've got, 100 people out there that jump on your live stream every night and love and support what you do and help and hang out. That takes hundreds of videos over years to build that up. So for those guys that just jump on here once again and say, well, you should go get a job. Hey, you know what? I've been working my butt off on my YouTube channel for years now, putting out hundreds of videos, maybe 1,000 at this point. I don't know. I'm probably pretty close. And all of that is necessary before you can build yourself up a big enough audience that people might like you well enough to support you. So, motorbike with a sidecar. Yeah, but by the time you buy a motorcycle with a sidecar, you might as well buy a cheap car. By the time you're spending that kind of money, you could buy yourself a cheap car for that. So, thank you, Marie. Do you have a backup plan? If motor blows up or the boat sinks, happens every day. Well, if the motor blows up right now, it really doesn't matter because I'm not going anywhere. I don't start my motor anymore. I am here on the mooring ball and where I plan on being, and if my boat sinks, I will raise it back up and make sure whatever caused it to sink doesn't happen again. So, politics, time for a shot. Marie says it's time for a shot. All right, Marie, here you go, darling. This one's for you. Jose Cuervo, you are a friend of mine. When I drink you, I look like Frankenstein. My own lyrics, sorry. Also, you can't vote in the primary. Why can't I vote in the primary? I should be able to vote in the primary. I am registered to vote now. Okay, thank you, Frank. There's my PayPal. Anybody wants to contribute to the adventure? Carl, run for office, man. Easy money. Oh, there you go. That's what I should do. I should run for office here. Florida versus Alaska, in your opinion, Carl. What do you mean, School of Science? What do you mean, Florida versus Alaska? One's hot, one's cold. There's a lot of similarities, actually. Interesting that there's a lot of, that's an interesting question. There is actually a lot of similarities. There's a lot of people that run away to Alaska thinking they're getting away from society, from polite society, and going to go up there and live in Alaska and have their little remote property out in the backcountry. And then they come up to Alaska and they find out what remote means. Because somebody from New Jersey or somebody from, Chicago or Georgia or whatever, they go up to Alaska thinking they're going to find someplace remote. Let me tell you something. Alaska is remote. Where my cabin was in Alaska, and I was not in a remote area. I was on the grid, so I had electricity. I was on the road system. I could drive my vehicle to my property. I had internet available. But yet, if you went out the back door of my cabin, it was 180 miles to the next road. Okay? Straight out my door, 180 miles before you hit the next road. If you went out the front door of my cabin, 3 miles down across the Parks Highway, once you cross the Parks Highway, 1,000 miles to the coast. 1,000 miles to the coast without a road. Now, put in perspective 1,000 miles. New York to Indianapolis is not 1,000 miles. Okay? Or maybe it is. Pretty close to. Somewhere around there. New York to Indianapolis. That's a long, long way. United States is only 3,000 miles across. So that's how remote my little cabin was. And my little cabin was not remote. There's lots of properties that I've sold in Alaska. The only way to get to them was by boat or by helicopter or by airplane. There's remote. There's, you know, and so people coming up there saying, "Oh, I want something remote." Well, yeah, they want something remote, but they want to be on the road system and they want the power and they crazy. So here in Florida, we have the same kind of thing. We have a lot of people that come down here to Florida trying to get away from the man. You know, they come down here and they try to hide. And so, you know, we see a lot of that same kind of similar mentality in both places. However, where the difference ends is there's a lot of people here in Florida that buy very high-end vacation properties, $2 million, $3 million beach house that they spend a week every year at, and don't think twice about it. And we did not have that up in Alaska. Alaska, nobody had a weekend place or, you know, come up and spend a week or two at their place in Alaska. That didn't happen. People either lived there or they didn't live there. Here is a little bit different environment in that regard. So Florida Keys are substantially more affluent than Alaska, substantially, you know. Median price house up in the Matsu Valley of Alaska, $250,000, $275,000. Median priced house up here in Alaska, here in Florida, $1.3 million. And you know, either way, whether I'm selling real estate in Florida or whether I'm selling real estate in Alaska, it's still the same 6%. I'd much rather have 6% of $1.3 million than 6% of that $200,000 house in Alaska. So. Just saying. So let me go back in the chat and see what else I missed. I think I missed a bunch of stuff in there. What party does a pirate join? Awesome, the rating party. There you go. You can buy a nice geo tracker for $800 on Craigslist. I used to drive a purple tracker. Talk about no respect on the road. Yeah, I have not seen that particular one available, but okay, I'll take your word for it. Okay. Florida, Alaska, Sharon, what are you? Okay. Live stream now. I've only been doing it for 6 months. Hey, good for Lady K, bud. Good for them. Go watch their live stream. I mean, that's what I'm going to tell you. What do you want to do? You want to bust my balls over? Go watch their live stream. That's fine. I don't care. That's fine. They appeal to a completely different clientele than I do. Frankly, I'm kind of disappointed with Lady K. I was very helpful to them and very supportive, and they turned around and stabbed me in the back. That's the kind of stuff you want to watch? Go for it. Okay, you can buy. Okay, you make content. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm way behind the chat here. So, palm husk it before you throw it. Husk it before you throw it. Okay. Whole shot, did you use to race motorcycles? No, but his daughter does. Well, I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know, but his daughter certainly does. Voting ballots don't have none of the above option. Nope. Okay. Andy, as usual, she had no content on her page. Nope. But with all the bullshit girl goes to, it's easier to just stop and work. Yeah, well, then that's your choice, Sharon Ann. Your choice to stop and work, my choice to do things the way I do it. I don't criticize what your choices are. Don't criticize mine. Okay. Put up good content, Sharon, and it will take off. Good luck with that. Okay. Give her a jelly sandwich. What kind of fun would that be? Okay. Hey Jared, what's up, man? Donald live 500. All right, there we go. I'm all caught up on the chat. Wow. Okay. So. Yep. Very good. Yeah, and Sharon, you know what? I could live on $600 a month too if I wasn't underway going anywhere, and if I wasn't trying to get my real estate business going up, and. So. Oh well, let's see. We got a donation here, Robert. All right, thank you, Robert. Appreciate the donation to the PayPal. Appreciate that, ma'am. Okay, so okay, that's Robert. Okay. Dead Dave. Oh, man. Dead Dave's ghost. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. You know, I have a really good friend of mine named Dave that died. So that your name kind of strikes home with me. I had a really good friend of mine in Ohio named Dave that he and I were hunting buddies. Used to hang out a lot. And poor old Dave died. So I appreciate the donation, man. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. You're a new guy. I've not seen or heard you before. Probably one of the silent majority that watches and doesn't say anything. So I thank you very much for the donation, sir. Much appreciated. Even if it was Canadian, eh? Sorry. Couldn't resist, man. I love Canadians. I really do. I really do. You know, the last time I drove through Canada, they broke into my truck and tried to steal it. True story. As I was driving down from Alaska, coming down through Canada, I stopped one night and they tried to break into my truck and steal my truck. For some reason, they didn't steal my truck. I don't know why. They would have destroyed me if they had, but... okay. So anyhow, kids, that's kind of where we're at. That's the kind of day we had. We've killed more than a perfectly good hour here having fun. What I miss here? Any plans for Christmas? Sadly, no. I was really hoping to be back in Ohio to visit with family. That's not going to happen. So, I can't check your paper. Thank you, Dave. Okay. Doesn't seem easier if you imply. Thanks, Dave, from us crew members. Yep. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. That was a year ago. Yes, Jared, it was, man. Do the request, please. I didn't read your comment, so let me read your comment here. Do a okay. Wow, I don't know if I could do that and still be able to do my live stream, but give me a minute here. I just did one, and I will let you know, okay? Yep, that was a year ago. Absolutely was. Okay. Do you have a jungle room? I don't have a jungle room. I have a sailboat. I don't have any rooms. She remembers that video, had the trooper in it, said you were lucky. Yep, absolutely. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yep. And I was very lucky. All they did was pop they popped my ignition switch, they broke my ignition switch, and they popped the door lock. That was the damage they did to the truck. Other than that, they didn't damage anything else. They did steal a suitcase that had my winter hunting clothes in it. I do wish I had that suitcase with those clothes in it, but that was all they stole. And what was funny is they moved my camera, my $1,000 camera, they moved that off of the suitcase that had my hunting clothes in it. So somebody up there in Canada has got my 4XL hunting clothes on. I understand actually later on that they busted that whole group. There was a group of people up there in that area that were stealing cars. And I understand, like 3 months later, I was contacted by the it wasn't the Mounties, but it was a local equivalent of that, whatever. And they informed me that that whole group of people that was involved in that car theft ring, they busted them and they arrested a whole bunch of people. So they nipped that in the butt, as it were. So, which is good. That needed to be done. So. If we can work out the traveling, you are more than welcome to come here with Lily for Christmas. Oh, thanks, Frank, buddy. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I think we're going to be fine here. I think Miss Lily and I are just going to enjoy a nice, peaceful, quiet Christmas here. I am in the process of doing a little shopping online through Amazon and getting some Christmas presents sent to my grandkids. So they have a little something, under the tree for me. But you know what? I'm doing what I need to do right now so that I would be there and be able to do more for them later. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. And so I'm doing the do, guys. I'm doing the do. And pretty soon here, when we start having some more money coming in and my real estate business gets going, And we start having some closings, then we'll be able to deal with it from there. So, where are they wanting hunting clothes? Up in Canada. So, you have crabs. Yep, sharpshooter. If you were here at the beginning of the video, you would know what that's about. I think Elvis would like Carl. Okay. And, oh, okay. All right, guys. Cheers. Here's a big one for you. Oh. All right. Whew. Okay. Well, that was for Robert because he just paid for pretty much another bottle of that. So there you go, Robert. I hope that made you happy. Are you going to offer sailing days to patrons? Once I get a either more stuff off this boat or I get a bigger boat where I have room for that bud, yes. But right now I don't have room for anybody else on the boat. Once I have a vehicle and I can get some stuff off of here, then I may in fact go ahead and do that. So. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, sharpshooter, but whatever. So, okay, cowboy up. There you go. Marie says, "Cheers, Robert." Yep, there you go. Yep. Goes Robert. Robert gave me some CAD. Now it says here I have to approve it. I must accept it, so I'm accepting it. Got a weird statement from PayPal from Robert because of the way he did things with his Canadian funds. So, okay, here we go. Now it's going over to PayPal. I guess I have to approve it. So, oh, I got to log in and everything. Wow. Hold on a minute, guys. Got to do some work here. Got to earn my money apparently. That's the right password. 200, 400, 600, 800. Keeping you guessing, aren't I? Oh, man. Okay. Good evening. Well, good evening. Hello. How are you? Okay. Incoming payments to review. Needs attention. I have incoming payments to review. Incoming payments. How could it be an incoming payment? Isn't payment outgoing? So, all right. Accept. Accept. Come on. I can't read that. Non-U.S. verified premier member. Oh. Okay. Accept it and convert it to U.S. dollars. Not quite so much when it's converted to U.S. dollars. Sorry about that, man. You don't have. I successfully accepted that. There we go. All right. Jeez, what an ordeal. Oh yeah, Gene. I absolutely agree. Yep, absolutely agree. Yep, absolutely agree. So. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care if it rains or freezes, as long as I got my plastic Jesus sitting on the dashboard of my car. You forgot to sing that song. Okay, well. Oh, sign off before it kicks in. Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one. Okay. That's because it's not U.S. funds. That's right. It's Canada money. Don't drop the silver around all this. Okay, you know, Big Stick, we're just going to go ahead and bump you off there just because of your comment. Carl's earning his tequila. Yeah, I've had enough tequila for the evening, so. Payments are incoming. Yep. 30% difference in Canadian funds. Yep. Yep. Not much. Not a great exchange rate from CAD money to dollars, but it is what it is, guys. So I appreciate it, buddy. I do. Thank you very much. I really do. So anyhow, kids, we've killed off a perfectly good hour. We've wasted lots of time here doing this. So, and Gene, I appreciate the heads up on that, but, you know, frankly, I just don't give a damn. Oh, wait a minute. This will be funny. I'm going to do a funny here. Oh, this is a crab, not a clam. I don't have a clam. Frankly, scallop, I don't give a clam. But I have a crab, I don't have a clam. Oh, well. Never mind. I don't know if you guys ever got that reference from Gone with the Wind. Frankly, scallop, never mind. Bad joke, guys. Donate thousands, everyone, so Carl can buy a boat. That would be great. Yep. Appreciate that, sharpshooter. So anyhow, great day today. Got my driver's license. I'm now a Floridian. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll get our fishing license going. Go catch some snappers. I'm really looking forward to it. I was looking at recipes. Charlotte. Bud says Charlotte. I'm not sure what you mean by Charlotte. Oh, frankly, Charlotte, I don't give a damn. Yes, that's right. Yes, Charlotte. Oops, my whiskey forgot. Happy good night. No, we're not done yet, Marie. Marie's ending us already, and we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Oh, I guess we could end. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll go fishing. Maybe we'll fly the drone if the wind drops off. I don't know. We'll see. Looking forward to doing some fishing. Got some real estate work to do, but it's the weekend. It's the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, so it's going to be, the water is going to be full of all the idiots this weekend. Usually here in the marina during Monday through Friday, it's kind of nice and peaceful. Saturday and Sunday, you get all the weekenders out here, and they tend to tear up the harbor and make a mess and create problems for everybody. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I am looking forward to doing some fishing, however. I really am. And so I thank Andy for the funds for the driver's license. I thank the other folks who donated for me so I can buy some beer and bait. I appreciate Robert's donation so I can... He didn't specify how I have to use the money, did he? He just wanted me to do a shot. Okay, well, I did a shot, so I guess we'll go from there. So, yeah, the tequila's kicking in, absolutely. So, positive energy for every 1,000 you guys donate. Hey, sharpshooter, no problem. More shots. No, we're done with tequila for the evening, guys. We're done with tequila. That was enough for one night. Anyhow, kids, be good, be careful, take good care of one another. I mean, seriously. This holiday season, you know, it's the Christmas season. It's the anniversary of December 7th when Pearl Harbor got bombed. Think about your vets. There's so many vets outside right now that are out in the freezing cold temperatures that are trying to survive. You know, go drive through some place, get some food, drop it off to some homeless people, help them out. Try to help people. Try to do something constructive. You know, I think the thing that pisses me off about these trolls is that all they want to do is create negative stuff and tear stuff down. I mean, I know I'm a broke guy and I don't have any money. But, you know, I'm not opposed to picking up a cheeseburger at McDonald's and giving it to the old homeless guy that I seen walking on the streets today. You know? And maybe that's not a good use of the money donated to me through my channel by my supporters. Maybe that's not a good use. I don't know. But you know what? That's what I'm going to do. It's what I'm going to do. It's what I did today. There's a fella that I see, even in 2015, I met the guy actually. 2015, I met this guy. He was out early in the morning. I go for my walk, my morning walk before I had the dog here. 2015, when I first lived here, I would get up very early, and at first light, I would go for a long walk first thing in the morning. And I would see him at first light hanging out in front of the the library. Not the post, the library. And why was he in front of the library? Because they had free Wi-Fi, and the guy had a computer at the time. And he would get on his computer and he would check Facebook and look for posts from his family, from his children. He's an old guy, much older than me, 10 15 years my senior. He now has a big growth on his bridge of his nose, kind of blocking his eye a little bit. He looks kind of grotesque, actually, in a Shakespearean kind of theme. But I felt bad for the guy. This morning I saw him as I was going over to get my driver's license. Same guy I saw in 2015. Same guy I met and talked with back then. And he's still here. He's still alive. Still homeless. Still living on the streets. So if you see and a veteran. Okay? And a veteran. He served in Vietnam. So if you see these guys, stop and buy them a burger, buy them a hamburger, buy them some food, pick up some blankets, drop some blankets off to them, help them out. Try to get outside of your comfort zone a little bit, expose yourself to a little bit of the dark side of America, and try to help out some of these homeless people that are out there on the streets. I guarantee you that 90% of the people in America are probably 3 paychecks away from being homeless themselves. It can happen. It can happen to people. I mean, there's so many young families out there, women with children that are by themselves. There's a lot of folks out there that could use your help this holiday season. And so if drinking a little tequila has loosened my lips a little bit this evening, let it be for me to preach the gospel of help your fellow man. There's so many people out there that could use your help. I mean, yeah, okay, people donate to me and I need my help and whatever. Yeah, okay. Aside from that, there's a lot of folks out there that really could use your help. And I can assure you, if you think about it, if you spend 10 minutes thinking about it, you will find people in your community. And I don't care how affluent your community is, you will find people in your community living in tents. I knew people up in Alaska that spent the winter in Alaska living in a cardboard box. And I mean, I couldn't imagine 3 weeks in a row of minus 30 temperatures and these people are living in a cardboard box and a sleeping bag. Wow, I don't know what Callie Venture said, but you guys really hammered her for that. Anyhow, there's some folks out there that could use your help. So please do help them. Get outside your comfort zone and pull a blanket off of your guest bedroom out of your McMansion and, go out there and give it to a homeless person. Buy somebody a meal, help somebody out. It's the holiday season. It's Christmas, guys. Come on. It's winter and it's Christmas. Help a fella out and help some folks out. There's so many veterans out on the street. There's so many homeless women with children out there. We're not doing enough, America. We're not doing enough, America. We're not doing enough. So anyhow, good night, everybody. Be good, be careful, take good care of one another. We'll have more for you tomorrow. Thanks, kids.